por Omega Radio. Good afternoon, I'm artist Gabriela Esquivel, and I welcome all of you to Arts in Motion. Arts in Motion is a program where we connect and collaborate with musicians from across the globe. I'm here with my co-host, Catherine Shapiro from Creative Space.
Hello, everybody. Good day out there in Omega Radio land.
Yeah, we are here in Coral Springs, transmitting this radio show. And remember to connect also on Wednesdays at 11 for Creative Space with Kathy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So today, Kathy, we have two special guests from Venezuela.
I am so excited to meet them. They sound very accomplished to me.
They are Eugenia and Saúl, who also own a school in Aventura that's called Kalos. So it's Saul Vera and Eugenia Mendez. Hola, ¿cómo están?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás, Gabriela? Encantada de estar aquí en tu programa.
Good morning, everybody.
Igualmente.
And we are so pleased to be here sharing this space with you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Of course, welcome always. So we are very, very happy to have you here and curious to know more about how did you begin in music in Venezuela, and then your transition from Venezuela to the United States, opening the school. You have traveled the world performing your music. So tell us a little bit about how did you start it? Maybe we start with Eugenia. How did you start in music in Venezuela?
Wow, thank you so much. Well, I started a long time ago. When I was a teenager, I was dedicated to study and practice sing and play the piano. I did some studies at the beginning with choir singing, then as a soloist taking classes, and then going to the music school and conservatorium in Caracas. Then I took some studies also in jazz harmony and jazz theory and practice improvisation in a private school. That time belongs to a group of people that came from Berkeley, Boston College of Music. And then I decided to do classical studies in piano also. And I went to Vienna and to Germany, to Vienna in Austria and to Mannheim in Germany. And I finally graduated in Mannheim in Germany in classical piano. But I always sang. So I always have been singing jazz music and pop music, and also inspired in Venezuelan rhythms and different genres. And when I came back from my studies in Europe, I began to record. So I have already 3 recording albums, and recently after I initiate these recording sessions in 2000. Recently, I launched this very first album in all the platforms like in Spotify, Apple Music, and so on, because I had it only in CD. So now you can listen to it in any of the platforms today. So
you're talking about all your albums or the...
Almost all.
Okay.
I launched my first one, that is Afinidades. Mm-hmm. That is an album dedicated to the popular composers in Venezuela, basically the urban composers related with jazz and bolero and this kind of genres, with my own arrangements. And in a trio, jazz trio with drums and double bass.
Okay.
Me playing the piano and singing. This is the first album. The second album is the French one that I did with Alliance Française in Caracas. That is the next that I'm going to launch in all the platforms.
Okay.
That is based in jazz, in Brazilian and Venezuelan music, translated to French and I have my own arrangements and some other arrangements for big band and voice and piano. And my third album is in a rhythm. I did it in Germany with an amazing guitarist. She's Irina Kircher, and we dedicated this album to the Gershwin brothers, George and Ida Gershwin.
That's perfect.
And my the recent album is Mirando al Sur, that I began to produce it years before I launched it, and it's produced also with Saúl. That we did some productions together, and this is part of them. And this is Mirando al Sur. This you can find it also in all the platforms, and this is also mainly with Venezuelan genres. I include also compositions of myself, in taking indigenous singing songs as part of my compositions, and also jazz rock composition, but it's mainly feed by the Venezuelan rhythms and genres in a jazz format.
So that kind of brings up a question on my part. What's it like for you two to work together, and how did you meet?
we meet in the music business. I mean, we meet as musicians. Saúl produced my first concert in Caracas after I came from Germany, after I graduated. So, and Saúl has Saúl, you can speak of your experience. And then we decided to come together to the United States. I think we are going to tell about it a little bit later.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
So, yeah, before going to Saúl, I do have here Merengue Rucaneo that you send us the audio. Maybe we can listen a little bit to it. Is that a composition of yours, Eugenia? Or I heard a little bit?
This is a composition by Jerry Well, that was our teacher in Caracas. Jerry taught us, taught all musicians of 2 or 3 generations, because he's already 80-something. And since a very young age, Jerry is in Venezuela. He came to Venezuela from Vienna, from Austria. And he's an extraordinary composer and jazz musician, pianist. And he has like his own jazz harmony and piano studio in Caracas. And I think all Venezuelans can tell you about Jerry. Jerry was our teacher. And so many of us decided to record his compositions, and this is one of them. And I wrote the improvisation for piano. That was an exercise of the class, and I wrote it and I recorded. So that is the experience.
And you're both performing in this recording. Saúl also?
Yes, but in Merengue Rucaneao, I perform.
It's only Eugenia in Merengue Rucaneao.
Yeah.
It's one of the tunes of the Mirando al Sur CD, which is only Eugenia and jazz trio together with Carlos Rodriguez, a great double bass player.
Okay, so let's listen to it a little bit before we go to discover more about Saúl's also journey in the music. So this is Merengue Rucaneo from this last album, Mirando al Sol, de Eugenia Mendez. And she's performing piano. Thank you for sharing this, and we are going to definitely continue listening to the rest of the album, Mirando al Sol, right, from Eugenia?
Absolutely.
And now we want to know more about Saul. How did you start in music? Tell us a little bit your journey.
Well, from the beginning, I was very interested in string instruments from the Venezuelan tradition. I was very related with the Venezuelan tradition and musical based on traditional roots. I had the opportunity to start studying the Venezuelan cuatro, and after to extend my knowledge to the mandolin. I studied with important teachers in mandolin in Venezuela. I could complete not only the traditional repertoire, but the classical repertoire as well. After that, I extend my experience in the conservatoire of classical music, studying all the subjects required to complete my composition degree, and which was completed with Maestra Modesta Bor, who is a pretty famous composer in academic music in Latin America. In parallel, I developed work research of our traditional music. So I traveled the whole country looking for traditional communities and recording the music from generation to generation, which are part of the legacy of our culture. It's a melting pot. It's a confluence of different ethnic influences, like Afro-Venezuelan expressions, Hispanic origin expression, and indigenous, so Aboriginal expression. I was traveling with a group called Com Venezuela, recording different expressions in different places in my country, being part of the traditional festivities or fest, or associated with summer solstice, and those traditional communities produce a huge amount of different genres and expressions with a very rich quantity of
variety,
musical expressions and musical instruments.
And a lot of it is oral tradition that doesn't necessarily get recorded all the time. So it's a very good, wonderful service you are performing, I know, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Absolutely.
Indeed. And those recordings are part of our music catalog music that we already share with the people in Venezuela through different platforms, like Osvaldo Lares, who is an architect who has their main private archive of recordings and videos. And this Lares archive is available to the public through internet. So we base it on that experience, combining the traditional or the academic composition with the study of traditional genres in my country. I start to compose music based or concentrate in the bandola llanera, which is my main instrument.
Okay.
Which is an ancient feature from Spain, which is only present in Venezuela and a little side of Colombia as well. This instrument is coming from 16th century. It disappeared in Spain, but continues like a fossil, a living fossil in our tradition. And I took that instrument to compose music, from special music in short tunes until a concert for bandola, llanera, and orchestra, which was premiered on August 2000.
Yeah, I understand you have a methodology, right? You wrote a book about how to learn to play the instrument.
Exactly.
Where can people see that methodology or purchase the book? Is it available?
Well, the original edition is already sold out completely, and the reissue of this edition is pending. However, all the people interested in that could be directly to my website and contact me personally in order to obtain, or not only that book, which was edited in 1993, but the whole material about the bandola, compositions and methodology that I continue creating since then to nowadays.
Perfect. And don't worry, we will include a lot of this information in our comment section as well. And you can always find our guest artist on my webpage, which is www.catscreationsart.com. So
Great.
get them to you, my friends, I promise.
Yeah, they have a wonderful websites that are saulvera.com and eugeniamendez.com. We were watching and reading about all your different projects, but definitely we want to see, know a little bit about how did you arrive to the United States? How was your beginnings here as an immigrant? Yeah.
Well, we decided to come here after, the well-known political situation in Venezuela. We didn't see much future as artists, and we didn't see our growing older there in Venezuela because all the problems. So we decided to try to go out. We tried to go to Spain or Austria, where my brother, our visual artist, lived there since very long. And we decided to come to the United States because we had the opportunity to work with a great other musician and with an education project. So, and it is for many of us immigrants, United States, the best place to come to develop and contribute with the country. I think we are now proud citizens of the United States, and we believe that every contribution for the culture and development and of our country now, our country is really important, and we take it very seriously. So we open after opening this project in Doral, in the city of Doral in Miami-Dade. We have been always living here in Aventura, the Aventura city in the north of Miami-Dade. So we decided to open here also our studio. We began with our school, Kalos Music and Arts School, 12 years ago. After 2 years of working here in United States, in Miami-Dade, and we decided to open our own studio here, and it is developed as an academy or a school with more than 100 students in all specialties, like in music initiation, all instruments, jazz, classical programs, and also visual arts training and initiation for all ages, from 3 years old and older to adults. So we are very, very proud of our school here, and we have served more than, I don't know,
so far, the school have been attending more than 1,500 students during 12 years.
That's beautiful.
And we have been working with almost 80 different teachers during this process in different specialities, from the lyric academic singing to the drum set teachers, compositions, creativity workshops, as well. In parallel, we have developed, because we are committed to the community culture, so we develop a series of concerts. This is an extension of our mission to teach not only our students but our community to to create as well one space for the culture here in Aventura.
I have been in those concerts already, and it's a wonderful space. I hope many, many people can join them. So organized, the vibration and the environment. Everybody's so interested in what exactly you're describing, the culture, the community.
Absolutely.
And the music and the visual arts. So I commend both of you for what you're doing there that I have personally experienced.
Absolutely. And being a former educator myself, I can tell you how important it is to have a partner in the community environment that really wants to pass all this information and this beauty on to our kids.
Yeah.
Because God knows they're going to need it more than we will.
You know, talking about community and the wonderful job they both do together for community, Saul was invited not too long ago with Jorge Glenn to perform at the Democracy Awards, right? You can say a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, we are so proud because National Endowment for Democracy, which is a non-for-profit organization who encourage the fight for democracy, especially on those countries where the democracy is in
danger,
difficult situation. They invite us to complete an homage for the people of Venezuela in their long struggle to reestablish democracy in our country.
Yeah.
So we not only had the opportunity to explain the attendance how difficult is the situation in our country and how important it is to obtain the support of all the nations to reinstate the democracy in our country. But we as well offer music performance with the music, the most representative music of our country, the tunes more remembered. We complete that performance after our participation, and we are so proud, and we we express our gratitude to the National Endowment of Democracy for this invitation.
We're going to watch a little bit because we did got the video. So we're going to be able to see here on streaming for Saul Vera and Jorge Glenn performing Special Venezuela.
So happy. Here she comes.
There is no audio, so probably.
We can hear it, but you probably won't. But we are listening to the tunes right now.
I could see the images, but the audio is not.
They cannot hear themselves. They wouldn't be able to. No, I don't think so. We can hear. Sorry that you cannot, but you can see. In the streaming, we can. Kathy, I am curious to get to know a little bit more specific about the genres and the names of the musics that you did research from Venezuela when you were traveling around your country.
Yeah, well, it's huge. The quantity and is a variety of expressions in different towns in Venezuela. We have a pretty hard influence of Afro communities in the Central Coast, where we could find elements that coming from Bantu cultures, sub-Saharan, and drums that appear almost exactly the same in Venezuela, and only in Venezuela, and in some specific places of Africa. So there is a cultural connection very strong. For example, in the west side of our country, south of Maracaibo Lake, there is a festivity related with the solstice of winter, which is dedicated on one specific Catholic saint. The point is the following: Venezuela, in that mixture of cultural elements, make the people who came from Africa make a substitution of their saints for Catholic saints.
That's syncretism that happened in Puerto Rico and all the islands.
Yeah, but technically it cannot be called a syncretism, but because it was a substitution.
Okay.
Because the gods from Africa disappear completely. It's not the same case with Cuba, for example, or Brazil, where both elements, the African gods and the Catholic saints, came together and worked together. In Venezuela, it was a complete acculturation process with the substitution of the African deities or gods, and were substitutes for Catholics saints. And so San Benito, which is originally from Italy, is one of the saints that people came in from Africa, ancient towns or people from Dahomey, complete a very particular ritual with more than 100 drums playing together in the middle of the street. It's huge.
But the practices, when they're substitute, the practices are still the original ones from Africa, the rituals, or they're more only Catholic in Venezuela?
No. As I tell you, there was a completely acculturation process, because Venezuela, the process to bring the people from Africa to Venezuela was made in a way to mix culture, even to reunite people from different parts and different languages from Africa, in order to make difficult the communication between them or among them. That makes the possibility to complete the slaving process for those communities.
It's literally like you're leaving your country behind and you're coming to this place where there's all kinds of confusing input and languages, and they did that deliberately a lot of times as a part of enslavement. But it is a good thing that we're all separating and defining some of this so none of it gets lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going, I guess, back to the roots and doing research, and it happens also in Costa Rica, to see and understand where do we come from, why is the music in our country the way it is. Is it only from one sector of Spain, or if it comes from Africa, or in which areas? And I guess it's happening in Venezuela the same. We're running out of time, and I would love to continue talking about these interesting subjects that are so interesting, music and culture. But before we say goodbye, because it's a 30-minute interview, and what do you have coming next in your school, Kalos, that people can go and research more and definitely visit the wonderful concerts that you organize there? What do you have coming soon?
Well, you should visit our webpage, kalosmusicandart.com. Kalos, you can write it Kalos, as you see it here, kalosmusicandart.com. And we invited you also to musicinmiami.net. Music in Miami is the non-for-profit organization that supports us in the monthly music events that we have here with different artists and different kinds of music. So you are going to have every month for now until November, the first Saturday of every month, and then from December to June, the second Saturday of the month, you will find here classical music, Latin American music, and jazz. So you will find a live music performed by artists here, from solos to trios, as I said, once a month. And also you will find here, of course, the classes for your children or for yourself as an adult in music and art. You will find also CDs, books, and all this kind of material that support your art vision and mission. Okay.
I would like to add Aventura Concert Series is the second year of our program in collaboration with Music in Miami, directed by the flutist Kerry Griffith. They have the support of Miami-Dade Cultural Affairs. And with this grant, we are completing this program in our second year. We start our inaugural gala, the last Saturday with Laura Lambuley from Colombia, great pianist and composer. The next concerts will be all related with great artists. We will have Luz Marina, from Venezuela. We're going to have Dr. Pablo Gil from Venezuela. We're going to have
Mr. Negroni from Cuba, that is here a long story.
Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico, sorry. And he has a very long and important story, and he supported the jazz here in Miami. He is a part of the jazz story here in Miami. We have also family concerts for the children on Sundays. So be very attentive. You will know about it. Follow us in Instagram, Music in Miami, and Kalos Music, and you will know about it.
In May, we're going to have a very important singer related with the Sephardic music, Susana Behar.
Oh, I know her. Yeah, she's great.
She will complete a great concert in honor for the mothers in the Mothers Month, May. So we invite all of you, your followers and listeners, to join us in this.
Absolutely.
Of course.
We are both going to be joining you on the 28th for Laura's concert.
Oh, that's going to be in the University of Miami, because we went to purchase tickets for this Saturday's concert at Kalos, and they were all gone.
Oh,
so I'm sure that Laura's concert was wonderful, and we're going to be watching some videos about it. But yeah, that's great. So we invite the community to watch this interview once again. And thank you once again for being here.
And thank you so much for coming. And we will definitely
remain connected. And you always have a space here in Arts in Motion we're welcome to come back later on. And we're going to say goodbye with a video that we have from Eugenia performing the piano right there in Kalos. And just a little bit of watching Eugenia perform as well. So thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
Your invitation, and wish the best in your program.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Elroy Welderum, thank you for being here. God bless you as well. He is here writing us and all the audience that joined us today. We'll see you next Monday at 12:30 p.m. here on Omega Radio.
God bless, and be kind to each other.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
And thank
Our
you for
pleasure.
joining
Thank
us.
you so much for your invitation. All the best for your program.
Absolutely. Yours as well. Have a very good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon.
Welcome to Arts in Motion with artist Gabriela Esquivel. Conéctate todos los lunes a las 12:30 p.m. aquí por Omega Radio.
Your Saturday afternoon has